You know what else I don't really get? They don't even have the they don't even have the respect to give you like full ammo. You know, it's like
you buy a gun now, get ammo sometime next week.
It's like when you buy a new console, but you can't afford a game for it.
So it appears we've gotten a gun with about the same range as our fucking bomb glove, so that's fantastic.
Except it doesn't kill things in one shot, so...
So we've downgraded to the flamethrower, is what you're saying?
Pretty much. I find a lot of the weapons in this game, they're not great because your weapon, like your main weapon, your wrench, is pretty viable, like... You can just... Oh god, he just killed his friend, but whatever. Like, you can dispatch enemies, like, even in the later levels, like, you can pretty much take out any enemy with just your wrench.
Yeah, it kind of seems that way.
So
the only thing that your guns would have would be range, but so far the two weapons we have don't have range.
Yeah, like, you get pretty much like a missile that you can control manually, and just a normal rocket launcher, and really, that's the only weapons you really need to take down, like, tanks and, like, helicopters and shit, but, you know, other than that, there's really no need for them. Unless you want to get, like, really fancy with the weapons, like, you can, like, there's a mine gloves, you can sit down mines and lure enemies into traps and shit, but even then, you don't have the freedom you would expect.
By the way, welcome to part 2 of Ratchet and Clank.
We gotta work on our intros.
I hope you watched the first episode, because it delivered pretty much the game's entire plot. Right now, someone's trying to destroy the planet, and we're on the search for Skid McShitstain.
1 second, I gotta change the camera. There. There. Inverting up and...
This planet's in the process of being destroyed. Like, is there any sort of, like... Because in the third game, there was, like, the Galactic Federation. Is there any kind of, like, global, like, universal army that's like, no, you can't destroy all these planets. That's dumb.
There's one level where there's, like, this military general guy, but he's really all you see. So, really, there's really no military presence other than that. Which is kind of weird. Like... You'd think there would be someone else trying to stop Drek. Because, my god.
You think they would have stopped him when, like... Well, you're the head of a company, and your name is Drek, so I think you're evil. Let's send in the SEAL team. And then because it's the fucking Ratchet and Clank universe, it'd be like a little team of literal SEALs, like, or, and it'd like, be like balancing bombs on their noses, and it'd be pretty cool, actually. Somebody write this fanfic. SEAL Team 6 seals the deal. Or.
That was so bad. You are awarded no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
All right, there, Billy Mays.
I find it funny that the flamethrower knocks them on their ass, where it would just kind of go around them and just burn them all to death.
I think that'd be a bit too advanced for like this game. If like, sorry, flames don't affect robots, and
yeah,
give like RPG elements and like fucking elemental stat bonuses. Ooh, is this a boss?
No. These 3 robots are just guarding this ship.
Oh. Is Skid McMarks on the ship?
No.
Oh. What's on the ship?
It's that guy from the last cutscene, the chairman guy that was on Drek's ship. Which, he was...
I thought the chairman was Drex.
No, he's the chairman of this planet.
Oh.
And
So wait, So hold on a sec. The robots are guarding the Chairman's planet, but they're destroying this planet.
Yes.
Oh, the Chairman's in on it?
No. He was trying to stop Drek from destroying his planet,
What are you?
but it didn't really work.
Why were the robots guarding it?
I'll tell you anything. Here.
Were the robots guarding him?
Yeah.
I really don't know, because Drek's general took him away, so I don't know how he got from there to here. So I don't know. It's weird.
It's Captain Queef.
Oh, how's my breath?
Worse than staring down a Blargian snagglebeast from the inside and knowing your equipment isn't functioning properly. That's why I come to
Big Al's Robo Shack.
my electronic needs. Al has been the exclusive repair shop for my super.
Oh, so he's just... Wait, so when you meet him in the third game, he's like a tech specialist for the army, but he's just like a Radio Shack employee?
Yeah, pretty much.
Huh.
Fighting crime or just fighting crime.
And Skid's just some hoverboard. Well, that was clear in the third game. So it doesn't matter.
Nothing changes there, I guess.
Do you know what this means?
Yeah, Captain Quark is really sold out.
No, it means Captain Quark is on Metropolis. We could tell him about this invasion.
If we had a ship.
What? A ship? What? You're not going to torture me? Well, this planet.
Calm down,
Yeah.
Mel Gibson.
Yeah, it's planetary chairman, so yeah, he's the chairman.
You can tell him about us, sir.
Right. Thank you, your chairman shipliness.
Now that you have coordinates to two.
That's another thing too, you don't really get any upgrades to your ship or anything. Or you can't customize your ship, you just get set ships.
Was it the second game where you actually got to fly around and shoot stuff in the ship?
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah,
And
you
I
got-
think they took that away in the third game.
Yeah, you got kind of more hover ship-esque missions.
Oh yeah, you actually got I forgot the third game actually had vehicles and stuff.
Yeah. Some of them weren't great, but I would rather do the space fighting in 2 than the vehicle missions in 3, honestly. Because you just got so many different weapons for your ship too. I remember getting you had this nuke weapon. I think we'll go to Metropolis first because we need the swing shot and we need the hover pack, I think.
So I'm gonna kind of bury the lead in the second part. It's kind of the second video, but I'm gonna kind of bury the lead that I think in both trilogies, both Jak and Ratchet, the first game is kind of the weakest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although I will give it to Ratchet and Clank, they didn't take such a dramatic tonal shift as Jak did.
I'm gonna kill Praxis. First words Jak ever speaks.
I know, right? Also, I went back and played it, and Jak... Well, we shouldn't talk about Jak 2, but it's not nearly as hard as I remember it being.
Oh, Jak 2, yeah.
Try the Gadgetron quick select system to activate.
But anyway, we're talking about Ratchet and Clank, so... I've barely played this game before.
It's really not hard, save for a few parts. Especially, it was hard, back in the day when I was, younger and not as skilled, but here it's just kind of more of a breeze.
My mom let me on the internet for half an hour. I found out where a cool secret is. Why were you snorting when you were a kid? Oh, we got a new gun. What's this one do?
It shoots energy bolts pretty much. Very standard. And you can't even strafe, so that's kind of a...
It seems pretty weak.
Yeah, you might as well... I think these enemies are a little stronger. They can one-shot any of the regular small mooks, but I think these ones are tougher.
So remember the ads for this game? They're all about wacky weapons and
Yeah,
how this whole game is based on you get so many different weapons.
yeah.
I sure have been shitting on the weapons a lot. Then again, we haven't really encountered any of the wacky weapons yet. I do remember the commercials were pretty great. Remember the live action ones where they blew up a shed with a fucking missile launcher and whoa,
Yeah.
your mom's gonna kill you.
See, that big helicopter is just taken down by this little blaster in 5 shots.
gonna call it a ludonarrative dissonance.
So there's Big L's RoboShack. These levels are so much smaller than I remember. Maybe it's because I sucked and I always died a lot, but this seems so much shorter.
Available to you at all times.
I don't know if the third game is hard, but I remember dying a lot.
I think it was more because, like, in this game you have your nanotech, so you have 4 hits. And, so if you get this nanotech here, you get basically 1 hit back. But in the later games, it was kind of like you had numerical health points, so it was so random how you took damage sometimes. Because sometimes
some enemies would take like a third of your health in one shot. And...
yeah, so it seemed more random.
And you had to like upgrade armor and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually hated the best armor in the third game because like it always covered your face.
I know.
And...
they all do that. Like, I'm like, I want to see his face. Like,
he's a cute little cat guy thing.
Yeah. Like, look, I can just like. I think in later games, like if you try and wail on someone with your wrench, it basically just they become kind of immune to the stun locking. But here it's just like hit, dead. So there's really no need to use your weapons sometimes. I hope I have enough bolts to buy the helipack.
Remember, he knows Captain Quark.
I didn't think of that before before buying the blaster.
Build robots. I myself am not a robot guy per se.
Get it?
So now that we've cleared that up,
He's not a robot guy.
We saw your Infobot announcement.
I would totally have sex with a robot lady though.
We thought you could help us.
your logic is
Brittany Gears, no Courtney Gears.
Brittany Gears.
Oh yeah, because she totally wasn't parodying Britney Spears. All right, Steve.
Yeah.
I may be able to help you out after all.
It's Courtney Gears, scrub.
Good stupid idiot.
Of course, I'll just need my fee for service. Okay, this won't...
See, this is the least reasonable. I own a robot store, so you have to pay me to fix your robot. Like,
Ratchet. Am I cool now?
Yeah.
Well, technically, we're paying for an upgrade, so you don't go into a store and say, "Hey, I got an iPhone 6. Just give me an iPhone 7."
Decline these boxes. One button to crouch, then jump.
Kind of a little touch I like about the first one too is just all the ammo kind of has its own unique look.
You'll need your
In the later games, they just took the form of one.
wasn't it just like, yeah, it was just one thing and you didn't know what you were going to get.
Yeah.
I think the later games probably had way more weapons though, so.
Yeah, true. Well, this one has how many? 5 by 3, so only 15 weapons, so
Only 15 weapons? Wow.
yeah.
Because the later games had like, number 3 had like a fuckload of weapons.
Yeah. 2 had like
jump.
had to be close to like 25 or something. And you can't strafe in this game, which is very annoying.
That sounds like complete ass, because strafing was so important in the third game.
Yeah. You can get an ability to strafe with the thruster pack, but that's like so late in the game, and by then you're just used to not strafing, so you don't even use it. Which is another reason why this game kind of feels more like a strategy game than actually a running gun game.
It is weird to classify this game, because it's not... I wouldn't really call it a platformer, but...
There's basically the platforming bits are kind of like separated from the running and gunning bits. Like, you got this, like this side here is more the run and gun section, but in the other part of the level, which we'll get to later, you got the fitness course, which is basically just pure platforming.
Wasn't that big weird German alien thing?
Yeah, Helga.
Who also makes it into the third game. Why were all these characters put back in the third game?
They were just such memorable characters.
Were they really?
No.
You get like the hoverboard dude, which sounds like a really one-note joke. You get the big fat fitness lady, which also sounds like a one-note joke.
I think Al was kind of like the best like side character of that game.
That's
Because
what a thing to say.
he came back in Deadlocked.
Oh yeah.
Which-
Deadlock, that was a fucking weird one.
Which was, I actually liked it. It wasn't so much like, people say it was more like the gladiator matches in the second and third one, but I found it kind of still kept the Ratchet structure. The only difference was it was kind of mission based, but the core gameplay was still there. See, I find shit like this right here kind of weird, because later on in the game, you get a headset that lets you summon a sand mouse, which is basically like a little mini turret guy. Think of it as Mr. Zircon from the Future series.
Okay.
And why would you ever come back to this planet? Like, I'm pretty sure you can get everything up on your first run through this level. So what reason would you have to come back here? Unless
I guess it's adding to a new game plus, but
True. Oh no, but you don't retain all your gadgets in New Game Plus. You get you keep all your weapons, but not your gadgets. So that's just kind of weird to me. Like certain like door hacking shit on like previous planets, I can kind of get, but something that's just basically for like combat is just like you're never gonna come back here. Like I'm pretty sure you can get everything here on the first go. Unless maybe there's a skill point that I'm forgetting. I think there is a skill point for shooting down like a blimp or something. But you don't even have to come to this point in the mission to get it. You can just do it from where the ship lands and get back in your ship.
So I just realized Metropolis is not under attack, so what are all these robots trying to murder you?
These are Blarg soldiers, so it's the same race as Jarek.
Oh.
So I'm guessing, I don't know why they're here, per se. Like, we're just here to see if Captain Quark is here. But...
I mean...
oh, fuck.
You know what, that one I guess makes sense because of something you find out plot-wise later.
Yeah.
Alright. That's fine then. I'll allow it.
You escaped this time, Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank's plot subtleties have defeated me yet again.
What I like about the later games too is they add more quick select wheels.
Oh yeah, I remember the bit I played of this changing weapons being a pain in the ass.
Yeah, because you can only have 3, 6, 8 weapons at a time. So.
I mean, that actually seems fine when you only get like 20 weapons in the whole game.
Yeah. A lot of them are just kind of one-note weapons. There's only a few really go-to weapons, but still. See, in the remake, like, just to show like how much better it is, you just gotta compare the two train sequences here, because it's just so much better. Like, I don't know.
In the remake, is it actually a train and not just like 5 barges stuck together?
Yeah, and then they got like different cars. Like, there's a car with like some tentacle monster. There's a car with like kind of a, you know, those fish that eat you in this game. There's one with
sure.
You'll see. Remember when we see it, but there's
I
one with.
Let's say I do.
There's one of those in a tank on the train, and then there's one with like, I think it's like a statue or something of like Captain Quark, and then you just gotta like tear it down. And then there's one with, I think it's like missiles or something. So you like break the chains on the missile, and so it falls down, so you can get onto the platform. And it's just so much better than this. Like just running platform to platform to platform.
I can't remember. And like, whenever this game came out, was that awesome? Like, oh my god, you go on this train. There's like 5 platforms, and each one has a robot on it.
It might have been cooler than it seemed. Now that you mention it, but yeah, it's true. That might be being unfair, but not saying that this sequence is bad. I'm just saying, just seeing how far it's come now, it's just like, wow.
I miss my childhood.
You have no idea. Bills suck. Work sucks.
Yeah, here I was just talking about video games. Jesus Christ, Steve. You need to talk about this? Oh.
Greetings, Executive Chairman Drek.
Although it does make it more special when you finally do have,
Sources tell me you're behind.
when you finally get to playing a game or something. It's like, ha, day's over. Now I can just sit back and relax.
Everything is moving along as planned. I'm counting on you, Lieutenant. And as your
Remember when you used to play any video game and like enemies would bleed? You'd be like, whoa, it looks so realistic!
I won't fail.
And like you'd shoot an enemy and like a big snowflake of like blood would come out. And be like, what the fuck? It's so gory and brutal!
You should not underestimate Chairman Drek. He is quite dangerous. We must find Captain Quark.
Look, that lieutenant doesn't seem so tough. Let's take him out ourselves.
Perhaps we can persuade the lieutenant to tell us where Drek is.
Now you're talking.
See, Ratchet's really too cocky in this game, and Clank is just too naive in this game.
Well, the naive is fine because he was literally built yesterday, but Ratchet's
True.
all like, radical, dude. Ratchet's not even a soldier. Why? He just wants to like.
Yeah. Like, at least in the remake, he wants to become a Galactic Ranger, I think. Yeah. That's his, like, main motivation.
In this game, isn't he just some pilot guy, and he's like, whoa, man, I've gotta save the galaxy. I'm gonna go fight this, like, military, which, to be fair, he does, which is actually kind of annoying in a way, but you know what, whatever.
Yeah.
That is one thing I don't miss about storylines, like... It was like an 80s and 90s thing, but, like, anyone can just fight the military.
Yeah.
And then 9/11 happened, and now you gotta respect... Well, then I guess 9/11 happened, and we realized, oh, you can just commit a massive terrorist attack. Maybe we should stop. Maybe we should express that it's really hard to do.
Yeah.
Can't just get on a plane and blow it up. That's ridiculous.
Welcome to the Captain Quark Fitness Course.
Oh my god, it's Captain Quark!
Boxing buddy!
challenge, you will receive a reward from my head trainer. Simply make your way to the 3rd island to complete the course. Good luck. Quark Enterprises is not responsible for sprains, broken bones, snapped tendons, bruised egos, or accidental death incurred while taking the challenge.
He's like Springy, the Springfield mascot from the Simpsons Olympics episode.
Yes?
Do you notice anything unusual about Captain Quark?
Oh my god, Ratchet's eye is like clipping through his eyelid.
Why do you think that?
High definition.
It just pops right off the screen and out of his eyelid.
Now you got blast processing. Is this a good place to end it?
I think so.
Ready. So next time on Ratchet and Clank, we hit the Captain Quark Fitness Obstacle Super Fun Course. Parental supervision required.